I want to start this video out by saying that number one, I am not out of the woods yet. This is a very recent thing, so don't expect this to be, I guess you could say, flawless or, to be perfect or to be something that you should look up to and do exactly what I'm doing. This is just how I am dealing with one of the toughest things that I've ever dealt with. And I won't lie, like it kind of scares me. It scares me as to like what I've done to my body. It scares me as to with the people that I know in my life that do it. I mean, it's no different than somebody looking at, their uncle who has smoked their entire life and being worried about them. I mean, smoking and vaping, like have, their negative things that happen to you. Vaping is still very new. It's something that we don't understand as much as cigarettes, but it's something that is very easy to access at all times. It's not something that you need to go outside for. It's not something that you have to have a lighter. It's something that's very, very convenient, and it's severely addictive. And for me, I started vaping because I smoked like a chimney, and I thought to myself, well, I'm doing this thing that tastes good, that makes me feel a lot better. I feel much better when I, do this instead of, smoking cigarettes. But I was also smoking like a pack and a half to 2 packs a day, depending on what was happening. But I've always said that if you put me at a bonfire, I know for a fact I'm bringing like 2 packs of smokes, just because I blow through them so fast. But instead of those being isolated incidences, like I started to just be that person. I was outside constantly, rain or shine, cold or warm, and I knew I needed to stop. I knew I needed to, cut down on, my bad habits and replace them with better ones. And I decided to switch to vaping. I switched to, the tanks. I switched to, the disposables. What's weird is that now that it's not a part of my life, I realized, just how much it just consumed my life. If you guys watched me on a live stream, watch any of them, I constantly have one in my hand, and I am just, I'm a cloud producer. That's essentially how I look at it. Just, causing a haze no matter where I go. And I started to get scared only because it was very difficult to breathe when I would sit certain ways, especially being on the couch, like watching movies and playing games and, just doing certain things. It was difficult. I had to move myself one way or another, and I still kind of do now. But what I will say is that it's basically been like less than a week since I have made this decision and took it as far as to say, all right, well, I need to cut down. I need to do this. And finally it was like, no, I can't do that. I need to cut it out completely. It just needs to go. So God bless Crystal, because she was the one that said, do you want me to throw away the vapes that you have at the house? Because I was at work at the time when I'm talking to her about this. And I said, yeah, please throw them away. I'm going to even throw the couple away that I have in my car, and that's the thing too, is that I couldn't buy enough vapes. Like, it's so fucking weird. Like, it's one of those where like you look back on it and you're like, what the fuck? Like, how much money did I spend on this? And what, like, how much of this residue is in my lungs? And like, just like, what's this doing to my body? And it pushed me in that direction of that decision of like being like, no, like, get it out of here. I can't do this. I'm done with it. I think that the main thing for anybody that wants to quit vaping and is stuck, I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't right there with you. The difference is that I'm just not doing it anymore. I sit on the couch and my first instinct is to reach over to my left and grab it and, get that satisfaction. This is really difficult. Like, this is really fucking hard. And, I'm just trying to be mindful of, my longevity of being on this planet and do well with the time that I've been given. And, and I don't think that you need to believe in a God or not, to have this opinion, but mine is very faith driven, is that it's like, I'm already given a limited amount of time on this planet, and I can't do this to myself. I can't be so out of control with my addiction, because that's what vaping is. It's an extreme addiction. At least for me, it was. Some people are able to control it. That's fine. I just have a very addictive personality when it comes to that. Like when there's that instant gratification that, you know, your body can just die for. It's very hard for me to say no. And saying no to myself in the past like week or so has been very, very difficult. And I'd be lying if I said I wasn't getting nicotine elsewhere. But and this may be controversial, and I mean, you know, I get it. But I'm also working on making sure that I'm doing less of it too. But I picked up smoking again. And by that is that when I get home from work, I have one. Like when I'm, you know, done watching a movie, I might step out for one. You know, it's like that kind of thing. Like I'm trying to really regulate myself and only have enough to basically survive, you know, to not have that worry. But and I also want to make this clear is that this is not me advocating to say that you should switch back to cigarettes if you're doing vaping. This is just like my pathetic addiction. It doesn't change the fact that life is still happening around me. And my thought was, well, you know what, if I'm going to deal with life, or if I'm going to have this addiction, or if I'm going to feel the way that I'm going to feel, then it's the idea of like, no, man, just have a way to keep it at bay, where it's like, I'm not sitting on my couch chiefing on a vape for 4 hours, you know, and it's, you know, like from the second I would wake up, like it was an instantaneous thing. It was the very first thing I would do. And that's what I'm using for myself, is that it's like, all right, you know, I never want to be back to where I was with, you know, the kind of smoker that I was at that time. But what I can say is that since I have made this decision and cut out vaping, completely. I don't even want to do THC vapes anymore. I'm sure that I'll probably have one or two, maybe every now and then or something, if I really am in a pinch. I feel better. Like I can take full breaths now. I never realized how constricted that my lungs were. I never understood it, like, because it was just, you know, how things had been for the past, like, I don't know, 3 to 4 years, you know, and man, it's just like, I'm able to talk better now. I'm able to be confident in front of a microphone, you know, like I remember so many times I'd be doing scary stories and I would be so terrified that I couldn't finish them because I would run out of breath. And it's that stupid side of humanity where you're just like, man, like, I don't get why I can't breathe, you know? And it's like, dude, you dumbass, like cut out vaping. You'll be able to do all the things you want to. Like even my singing voice has been damaged by it. And rather, like, I think like the ability to hold notes and to do things like that. Like right now, this is the clearest I feel doing a video in a long time. And mind you, I've had cigarettes today. It's Saturday and I've smoked my medicine and I've, you know, everything I used to do, you know, just in a more controlled way, you know, everything in moderation. And I feel so much better. Like, I don't know what's in a vape, really. I don't know what all goes into it. I'm not, you know, somebody that's an expert in this. I'm not somebody that is like, oh, well, you know, this certain chemical compound or this certain thing is this thing, and that's why it makes you feel this way. That's not the case at all. I just know how I feel now compared to how I felt then. I don't know. It's something that I really want to be strong in, because it's like right now, like I don't have a vape right here. I don't have one on my desk. It's, you know, it's usually right underneath of my mic on one side or the other. And it is driving me nuts that I don't have it. Like even smoking cigarettes enough to like, you know, like doing a few a day just to be like, all right, like this, to, you know, to take that edge off and not have to worry about losing my mind. It's that tough thing of that the second that I get done smoking a cigarette, I want another one. Like my body has been so regulated to nicotine that it's really, really terrifying. And I don't know how long it's going to take for me to be able to get through this. But I can tell you right now is that being able to sing better, being able to voice act better, like I got this new microphone that I'm trying out, and, you know, I want to do it for not only just for music, but also for voice acting. Like when Rage and my friends, you know, come over and like, or when people are visiting, you know, it's like, man, like we can make some really good high quality stuff, you know, and I'm excited about that. But I'm not going to be able to do anything if I can't breathe. And I don't know, it's if anyone in our audience is vaping, I want to just try to, you know, delicately say this, you know, which is please stop. Like find a way to curb it, find a way to do it less. If you're not going to stop completely, do it less, because I know how it started to feel for me, and I think that I caught mine in time, I hope. I'm scared to go to the doctor and be looked at to know what's happened to my body, but in the same hand is that I know that I can go in with confidence and I can say, you know what, I did mess up for a long time, but I made these decisions and I've stuck to them and I feel better. So that's just kind of where I'm at, is that I am ferociously addicted to this demon that I just could not get rid of. And it felt like it was a long time. And in the grand scheme, it really wasn't. But there's always that paranoia that's in the back of your mind, you know, and you're worried and you're thinking like, man, is today the day? Like, is today the day that I do too much? You know, or I smoke too much, or vape too much. But I really just want to encourage you guys just to try to stop. Try. Just see if you can. Do it less. It was really, really scary. I know I'm going to have people that will keep me accountable on it, and it's just made me very excited for the future, but I'd be lying if I said that it doesn't suck. So I'm trying, guys. I'm trying to beat it. I want to be past this. I would love to never have to touch nicotine ever again. I have a lot of resentment towards it, you know, but I am feeling better. And it's only been less than a week, and I already feel better. I can breathe. It's really wild. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I kind of just turned on the camera and rambled. So if you guys enjoyed this, let me know and I'll do more videos like this. But yeah, either way, I'll see you guys next time. Adios.